Hello. Let's wait and see if people come in. So, hello, if you're watching on YouTube. I know it's usually Craig that does this, but he's busy this evening. He's doing a podcast. So, tonight, I'm afraid you're stuck with me. No, it's not Craig. He hasn't grown just random hair. So, yeah, I'll just wait for a couple more people to get in before we really get going. Say hello in the chat. This is the first time I'm doing this, so please bear with me. It's going to be quite rough. I don't know how long I'll be here. Hopefully, about half an hour to an hour, probably. Yeah, it should be good. So, why don't I type something in the chat? Connor, how's it going, mate? Flatman9, hey Peps, nice. Yeah, for anyone that's just tuning in, it's not Craig this evening. I'm sorry to disappoint. It's me. Argentina are terrible. Yes, the junior. I'm wondering how many people have just stopped watching that. I have, and Jesus Christ, Croatia are savage, man. Croatia are absolutely savage. They pulled Argentina apart. They pulled them to rip them to absolute shreds. To be honest, I'm really impressed with Croatia this World Cup. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think about Croatia and the Argentina game as well, because wow. Argentina were literally playing with like 5 in defense and then 5 in attack. And Modric and Rakitic just absolutely bossed that midfield. They absolutely bossed it. And Argentina were just so poor going forward. They were really poor going forward. Flatman9, great midfield. Exactly, yeah. I think you're probably talking about Croatia there, and I 100% agree. Modric and Rakitic add a real touch of class to their midfield. And I've said in a group chat as well with the Anfield Agenda guys, and I said that I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the semi-finals at this rate. Croatia, that is, judging on their performances so far, because they look like a really good tournament team. They look like they've got a lot of they do have a lot of very top-class players. You've got Rakitic and Modric, like we said. Perisic is class for Inter Milan. Brozovic as well. They got the right back, who I can't say his name, but he plays for Atletico. He's really good. Lovren. Of course, this is a Liverpool podcast. What am I chatting about? Lovren was played absolutely brilliantly, I thought, this evening, and in their other game as well. So he's had a really good World Cup. And I know a lot of people on Twitter have been saying, who's this Lovren guy? Because I hope we're linked with him, because he's been class for Croatia. Yeah, Dybala, Banega, and Pavon on the bench. Icardi and Paredes left at home. Sampoli is clueless. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. The tactics were really not there, were they? And you do feel sorry for Messi, because all those players that are there just are not on his level. Am I quite dark, actually? And how am I sounding, by the way, as well? Sorry to interrupt that. Do I need to go get a light? I've got my mic on here. I'll just double check. Just let me know if I sound all right. And if I'm a little bit dark, I can go get a light. I might need to go get a light and shine it in my face. Big team ethic, especially compared to Argentina, who look like individuals. 100%. 100%. And Messi barely got in the game. I love Messi, but cheers, Con. Cheers, mate. I love Messi, but he barely got in the game, and yeah, you worry for them now. I don't know exactly how their table is looking, but I'm pretty sure it's not looking great. They drew what 1-1 with Iceland. Oh, was that Iceland? Jesus Christ, Argentina. That's terrible. And then they got absolutely ripped to shreds by Croatia. Big up Croatia, Big up Croatia. They're looking really good. Can't feel sorry for Messi. He was disinterested and sulking from minute 1. I think that's a bit harsh. I don't know. I get where you're coming from. I do get where you're coming from. But if you've been let down by that mistake, do you know what I mean? Like that Caballero mistake. If you were playing in a football team like Sunday League and your keeper did that or something similar, you'd be fucking pissed. And if you were levels above everyone else in that team, you'd be seriously pissed. So you can kind of get why he's sulking, but I get what you're saying. To Holman, if that's how you say it, I do get what you're saying. The Junior 2017, they need to beat Nigeria, and after that, I'm not sure they can. Nigeria are pretty crap, though. Nigeria are pretty terrible. So I would probably back Argentina to do that. I don't know. I mean, it can't get any worse for them now. Like they literally might as well just go full out attack, like fuck defense. They might as well just go 10 up front rather than 5 and 10. 5 and 5, sorry. Iceland need 4 points. Is that to go through? because who have they got to play? Nigeria. They still got to play Nigeria. God, wait, fuck it. I'm just going to get the group up right now because I'm just chatting absolute rubbish. What group are they? D. Yeah, so Iceland have got to play Nigeria. They could get a draw there, potentially, but then do they still have to play Croatia? Iceland will lose to Croatia. Croatia will definitely do Iceland. Dybala, Pavon, Lo Celso need to start against Nigeria. Yeah, I think Dybala needs to start. I don't know why. I don't know why he wasn't starting. The problem is they're such a top-heavy team. It's ridiculous, and they've had to leave like Icardi and someone else at home. I can't remember who it is. Di Maria didn't even get on the pitch. Like I don't think he's that good, but it's just they're so top-heavy. Like their defense is nowhere near as class as their and midfield really, and I mean near as good as their attack. Con, I feel like Messi's heart isn't in it while playing for Argentina. He's been let down by. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. If you've been let down that many times by your team and by that mistake, that must be so awful being let down like that. I mean, I feel sorry for Caballero, but fucking hell, Messi is like the best player on this planet, in my opinion. And to be let down that consistently like that, I mean, yeah, that must really affect his mind. So I'd agree with that, Con. Tagliafico, a left back, plays centre back. Pep makes Otamendi look like a good centre back, the junior 2017. Yeah, he does, but I mean, is that because he doesn't have to keep the ball that much? I don't know. Like, it's because as in Man City keep the ball all the time, but is it the centre backs that are pinging it about? Potentially, I don't know. Otamendi did look really good this season as well, but tonight he got really exposed. But I think that's partly because they didn't play with the midfield. Like any centre backs and any defense are going to get exposed if you don't have a midfield in front of them, like at all. So yeah, SEL Minain. Argentina looked like they were in a mess and all over the place. They also looked like they were outnumbered by Croatia. Exactly, mate. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. Argentina looked like they played with zero midfield at all. And if you're going to give the likes of Perisic, Rakitic, and Modric, particularly the latter two, that kind of space and that kind of time in midfield, then you're fucked. And I think we saw that today. Modric and Rakitic were class, absolute class. I think they're both really good players. I thought Modric was actually underrated when he was at Tottenham. And I know he had quite a tough time at the start of his Real Madrid career. But now I think people realise like he is actually a proper baller. His goal was just pure class. Like he made that space all for himself and just curled it in around the defender. Oh, when that happened, I almost screamed. Like I don't even support them, but it was just like one of those moments where you're just like, "Whoa, top class goal." Flatman 9, and people laughed at Mo Salah, but he had nobody at all to help the other night. Exactly. I don't get this Mo Salah hate. Obviously, we're all going to say that, including me, because we're Liverpool fans, and I love Mo so much. Like when he actually scored that penalty, I did a little fist bump. I was well happy for him, but yeah, it's weird. He gets a lot of hate. Like there's all the people just posting up stuff from the Champions League final and all these like Ramos memes and shit like that. And when they lost their first game, there was loads of tweets of like him being really upset and everyone was loving it and reveling in him being really sad. And I don't get it. Like I really don't get that hate. Not for Mo Salah anyway. Like for Messi, it's that kind of like duel between the Messi fanboys and the Ronaldo fanboys, which is fair enough. But with Salah, it's like, I don't know, like how can you hate him? Like he's been so good. And his team are terrible. Like no offense to anyone that's Egyptian, but the rest of that team are just shocking compared to him. Like, well, they got El Neni and Higazi, and that's it really. So yeah, that says a lot probably. Oh god, I'm a bit behind. Right, the Junior 2017. The tactics was so poor from Argentina. Their defense is bad, but the way they set up didn't help. Exactly, mate. I'll say it once. I'll say it again. I probably said it like 3 times already. Sorry, guys. They had no midfield. They literally had no midfield. I think Benega's a class player, but he's quite old now, isn't he? Maybe they should have started them. To Holman, if Iceland win against Nigeria tomorrow, you can be sure Croatia makes sure they draw against Iceland in the last game to make sure Argentina is out and Iceland have a fair chance of beating Nigeria. That would be absolute levels of gamesmanship if you purposely get the draw just so a strong team doesn't go through. I mean, that is like top class shithousery, but fuck it, it's a competition, isn't it? Like you got to do what you got to do. If it benefits you, then fuck everyone else, right? I mean, why not? Why not? Paul Hagen, I'm impressed with the smaller countries this World Cup. They seem fitter and more organised. Yeah, me too. Overall, I'm going to put this question out there as well. What do you guys think of the World Cup so far? There's been a lot of mixed opinions of it. Like I've had a lot of people say it's the best World Cup that they've seen in a long time. It's been really, really entertaining and good. And I've had a lot of people that say it's been quite boring. There's been a lot of crappy matches. I tend to agree with the latter. Actually, I feel like the quality of football has been quite average. Like I think it's partly because some of the top teams have really underperformed. Argentina are a complete case in point tonight. But there hasn't been loads of goals. I know there hasn't been a 0-0, but there's been lots of like 1-0s or 1-1s, and there's been so many penalties. There's been like a penalty in like almost every single match. It feels like there's been something in every single match, some like VAR thing or whatever. So I don't know. I know it's very early days, but I'm a little bit underwhelmed. But it's definitely hotting up. I mean, that game tonight, I very much enjoyed that game. That was a class game. Croatia just played it to an absolute T, and it was a shock, but they deserved it. And Argentina did not deserve to get anything from that game. So yeah, let me know what you think of the World Cup so far. So yeah, type that in the comments, and I will read it out. And press result, yeah. I'd agree with the smaller teams as well, Paul. I know a lot of them have been super defensive, but when you're Iceland and you have 300,000 people in your whole country, that's the size of Leicester. Like, that's nuts. And they're doing like what they're doing in this World Cup. That's crazy good. And that's the only way they can play, so fair enough. The Junior 2017, he does so much charity work in Egypt, like Suarez was such a dick and he didn't get that much hate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not even the hate. I don't know if it's hate. It's more. It's like sadistic. Like it's when he's sad, everyone else loves it, and it's a bit like. I guess that did happen with Suarez when he was crying at Palace, but yeah, you're right. I mean, Suarez was a top class prick, and Salah isn't. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Con, who do you think will win it outright? I first had my initial before the World Cup. I said Germany. I did say Germany, and I thought I think a lot of people will probably agree with it. It's quite an obvious choice. They won the last World Cup. They had a very strong squad. I wasn't impressed in their first game when they lost, and I think not taking Sane. I know it seems obvious now, but I feel like everyone who watches the Premier League was shocked at that. So right now, I don't know. It's really tough to call actually because, like I said, a lot of the big teams have really underperformed. I wouldn't mind Brazil winning it, partly because I've got them in 2 sweepstakes because I'm super lucky like that. And they're such a flair team and their kit's so bright and they're just a classic team. But Neymar's such a prick. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's like France have been crap. England were actually quite good. Like they actually were. So yeah, it's really tough to call, Con. But I'll just go Brazil because I got them in the sweepstakes. So yeah, I'm rooting for Brazil. The Junior Banega is class. He is class, mate. 100%. He is class. He got really good feet, good eye, good on the ball. I like him a lot, but he's quite old now, I think. James Doherty. Messi goes hiding in midfield when the going gets tough. Yeah, but is he a midfielder? Like I know he's played as a cam for Barca this year, but in this game he was almost like a centre mid, like a deep line playmaker. And if that's, I don't want Messi playing as a CM if I'm the manager, if I'm an Argentina fan. I want him right up there, right behind the strikers or, right as a striker, making stuff happen. They just didn't set up right tonight. The tactics were all wrong and Croatia just did the deed on them. They really did the deeds. And I was super impressed by Croatia tonight. Really good. Yeah, Messi isn't a midfielder. He tries to be a playmaker for Argentina because they don't start creative players. Yeah, I think that's literally pretty much what I said. Yeah, they don't have any other midfielders, so they have to play in there. I think he did play a little bit deeper than usual for Barca this season. Obviously, he's got the class to play there because he's got the vision, he's got the passing, the dribbling. It's Messi. But today, when I did see him, a lot way too deep for me. That sounded a bit weird. Sorry. James Doherty, Brazil, England, Germany, Russia to make the semi-finals. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. We've got Brazil in there for my sweepstake. We've got England because I'm supporting them. And the other two I don't really care about. Russia. I mean, is that doping? There's been a lot of stuff going on about their, people think that they're doping and getting on the state drugs, state-funded drugs program or something like that. I mean, I'd be really sad if that was true. I wouldn't be surprised, but it would be really sad because it would just taint the whole competition. But I thought they were one of the worst teams in this competition, and in I think no one could judge them fairly against Saudi Arabia because they were so terrible. But after seeing that last game, I can't even remember who they played, but when they won 3-0, I think it was, they were really good. Like, they were really good. They're all about like 35, and they all look it as well, but they were really solid. They got us a couple of, like, they look like a good tournament team. Like, they don't have to shithouse their way to a win, but they've also got a bit of quality up front, like that finish from their striker at the end. It was a really good finish, really good touch. So yeah, Russia have impressed me as well. Maverick, Argentina suffering from leaving Cardi at home. Yeah, I said this earlier, mate. They can't take them all, though. They can't take them all. They've got too many strikers. They're the most top-heavy squad that I've seen, 100%. And that really showed tonight. You know they're top-heavy when they can bring off Aguero and bring on Higuain. Like, that is when you know you've got too many strikers. Too many strikers for your own good, 100%. Stephen Cavani. I said from the start, Croatia would be a good dark horse bet to go all the way, I think. Anyone remember Greece in the Euros? Big Dayan was solid tonight. Yeah, I think if you did say that before the start of the tournament, and you were I think you're onto something, mate. I think you're onto something, Stephen, because Croatia, yeah, I'm seriously impressed with them. Greece, I think, are a different prospect in the Euros because there were none of those players that I remember anyway. I was quite young. I was probably like 9. But none of I don't think any of their players were like that top class. Whereas Croatia have got they've got a couple of really class players like Modric and Rakitic, as we saw tonight. They are top class, like them on the ball, the passing, the finishing, unreal. And they've also got the rest of the team is just full of really good, solid players. And yeah, Lovren was really, really good tonight. And I think he was good in their last game as well. I've been very impressed with him. You know what? I've been a really harsh critic of him in the past, and I think most people probably have, and fairly so. I mean, that game against Tottenham, that 5-0, when he got subbed off in like 30 minutes, he was shocking. That was genuinely one of the worst centre-back performances I've ever seen for a Liverpool team. Ever. And I've seen Kyriakos play, right, in our defence, yeah. But fair play to Lovren. Seriously, fair play to him. And he's growing on me a lot more, like his character. I know he always came out with interviews and stuff before big games. It was getting on my nerves and a lot of people's nerves. But I feel like he's quieted it down, and he's started to justify himself on the pitch. I thought in the Champions League final, sorry to dig up some dirt again, but I thought he was one of our best players. I thought our defence actually played very well that game, and he was a big part of it. So I'm really impressed with Lovren, and I'm actually... weirdly, I'm very fine with him starting for us next season. And I think it's looking more and more likely that he will. So let me know what you think about Lovren, actually, guys. Leave a comment. Are you all right with Lovren starting for us next season, or do you think we should get a replacement? We'll talk about transfers in a little bit. I think we're having a little bit of a World Cup chat to start with. We'll get on to Liverpool and transfers soon. Definitely, guys. Sorry. First time I'm doing this as well, by the way, if you just joined us. So, yeah, sorry it's not Craig. He's doing a podcast at the moment, so I thought I'd jump on. My first time doing this. It's going to be a bit rough, a bit scatty. That's just my nature. But yeah. Oh god. Oh, I've missed so much chat. All right, I'm going to absolutely try and steam through this chat. Wait. Oh god. Right, Caballero. Well, I hope Loris was watching that and put a smile on his face. 100% Theratops. That was a shocking error. Like, that was absolutely shocking. I was laughing. And a great finish as well. It was a really good finish. The June in 2017, Rakitic, Brozovic, and Modric has to be one of the best midfielders in the tournament. 100%. I think Brozovic, not many people know much about him, but I don't know loads about him, but I just know he's a really decent player. He is a really good player. It seems if you have any organization as a team, you can do well in this tournament, flat 9-9. Definitely. I think organized teams are really impressed. And have done very well so far. So yeah, that's a really, really good point, like kind of defensive teams. Nathan John James, Lovren is improving, don't you think? 100%. I think I just said about that, Lovren. Yeah, he has really impressed me and he has improved. Lovren is quite good when he does not have to think, lol. Yeah, James Doherty, yeah, I think that, yeah, you just don't let him think. 100%. I agree with that, 100%. The June of 2017, I thought Brazil, and I still do. How Jesus starts ahead of Bobby, I never know. Yes, that's the one thing about Brazil. Look, I like Jesus, and I think he's a quality player. He's like 21, 22, and he's that good. But he didn't impress me that much in their first game. And Bobby came on, and I think he changed the game. And if you're Neymar, you want someone to make space for you, and that's what Bobby does. So I'm 100% agreeing with you there. Bobby should start for Brazil. And I love Bobby because he's a class player. It's hard to play a playmaker for a team that can't play. I actually felt sorry for the guy. Theraptalks, 100%. Yeah, I felt sorry for him as well. I think that's Messi you're talking about there. Maverick needs to see if Brazil can outclass a decent side. Exactly. That's the thing. They didn't the first few minutes, I was thinking, God, like they could just score 4 or 5 here in that game. And it just didn't happen. Like they just didn't kick on from that. And yeah, they really petered off. And Neymar just kept losing the ball constantly. He needs to realize that he doesn't have to win it on his own. He's got a really class team around him. I think he needs to sort his shit out. And his hair, oh my God. Oh my God. It's like fucking grated cheese string just glued on his head or something. It's also too much. Maverick again. Brazil can go a long way, but ensure Bobby gets at least 30 minutes. 100%. Bobby should start. Argentina do have the players, though, but they aren't played together. Yeah, 100% Junior. I think we talked about this. Icardi wasn't even in the squad. Mad, isn't it? Exactly, Phil Lindsay. Lindsay. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Sorry. Exactly. Yeah, Icardi wasn't even in the squad. That shows you how top heavy they are. Think Russian have a home crowd behind them and now on a roll. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Potentially some drugs in there as well. But the home crowd definitely has made a difference, I think. You can't deny that with the way they performed so far. James Doherty, Germany always the hardest side to beat because they play as a team, never weak mentality. Yeah, I think that's one of their strongest assets, and just the depth of their squad as well is just absolutely insane. The conveyor belt of young players that they produce is crazy. I think they're the best of that in the world. Lovren is great. Furno, 100%. Yeah, Lovren has been really good. I've been a big critic, but he's been really good so far. Belgium. Yeah, Belgium looked very, very good as well, actually. They were very, very... I mean, they started off a little bit slow, but they kind of grew into that game, and that Mertens goal was top class. Top class. Obviously, he had 5 strikers of 5 attenders on the end. Yeah, tailor-made to play for. I said this earlier, Thera Talks. Croatia's midfield just dominated that. They were absolutely dominated that. It was so good. SCL Munian. Argentina should sack their manager because he has made top class players look like average players. I mean, look, if they're going out of the group stage, then yeah, he's definitely getting sacked anyway. So yeah, 100%. Dayan had a good game. Theratalks, yep, he did. Maverick, any team that can remain solid and have a pattern of play that they can sustain will go a long way in this World Cup. Yeah, I think I see what you're saying. You know, if you're staying consistent, yeah, if you stay solid, consistent, you've definitely got a chance. Croatia, I think I've said before, definitely look like that they could do that. I think they've got the players to do that. Argentina should honestly sank Sapoli. It's like, yeah, why not? No, why not? Go for it. I mean, the tactics were awful. They were awful, and Croatia just outclassed them, I think. I wonder if John Atterberg is the official goalkeeper of this World Cup. Karras looks better and better at this World Cup. Yeah, he does. There's been a lot of errors, and there's been a lot of penalties. Yeah, I'd agree with that too, Holman. Lovren, Robbo, and Mane were our best players in Champions League final. Yeah, Mane was class as well. Mane, yeah, definitely. Yeah. God, it's painful thinking about that now, isn't it? Let's forget that. Let's not mention that. Fuck the Champions League. Who needs Champions League? Who needs the Champions League? Fuck that shit. I'm crying inside. I'm really crying inside. Right, thoughts on Lascelles and Tarko. Sorry, I call Tarkowski Tarko. It's just easier to say. Being big targets, the junior. Yeah, okay, we'll get on to some actual Liverpool stuff. What's everyone else's thoughts on this as well? Lascelles and Tarkowski being big targets. It was said today, I don't know, I'm not sure if it was in the Echo or the Mirror, or wherever it was, that we're actually looking to prioritise another centre-back instead of a goalkeeper. What do you think of that? For me, that's a worry, personally, because we definitely need a keeper more than we need a centre-back. And I think Lovren at this for Croatia at this World Cup has shown that. You know, we do have Matip and Gomez as well as backup. And for the keeper, Mignolet's definitely going. Karius, I don't think anyone wants him to be number 1 next season, as sad as it is. And also Ward. Ward clearly doesn't look like he's in favour. You know, if Klopp had any faith in him, he would have played him, right? I mean, that's just my opinion. So for me, a keeper's way more important. I like both of the players we're linked with. I think I prefer Lascelles. But I think they're quite similar abilities. I feel like Lascelles might be a little bit better on the ball. I don't know if I didn't see loads of them last season. I mean, I saw them on Match of the Day, but I'm not a Newcastle Burnley fan, so I didn't see them consistently. But Lascelles seems like, and he's a real captain as well. And having another leader at the back, I want a team full of captains. I saw Mane was captain of Senegal, and that made me really happy. So a team full of captains is what we want. That's what we used to have. back in the day. So I feel like Lascelles could be a good fit. But would you start Lascelles over Lovren at this rate? I mean, right now I wouldn't, and that's a lot for me to say because in the past I've hated Lovren. Well, hate's a strong word. No, I haven't hated Lovren, but I've wrecked him and I've been very harsh on him, and rightly so in my opinion. But he looks a lot better now. So yeah, I feel like I'd rather start Lovren than Lascelles if we get them. So, but let me know what you think about prioritizing a centre back over a goalkeeper, and let me know what you think about Lascelles and Tarkowski as well. Which do you prefer? Or any other centre-back targets as well. If we're going to be linked with the centre-back, let me know what centre-backs you'd like. Right, let's steam through this. Dayan got better and better. More he played with VVD and was looking good towards the end, even safe. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Theratalks. Cheers, Maverick. Cheers, Theratalks. The Raptor. Oh, my God. I've been saying Theratalks and it's the Raptor. I'm an idiot, mate. I'm sorry. The Raptor. Can I call you Third? No, I won't do that. No. The Raptor. Oh, God. I apologize, the Raptor. Oh, I'm just having to read it so fast. Right. Oh, my God. Everyone's absolutely steaming the chat. Okay. Isco's been class so far. Yeah, it's the junior. Yeah, Isco's a really class player. He seems like quite a Coutinho type player. Maybe not as many long shots, but on the ball, his movement and his passing is very, very good. You need to make the R in your name capital. Yeah. See, it's not just me. Cheers, Con. Cheers, mate. The junior. Golovin looks a player as well. Russia valued at only 25 million. Yeah, he's played very well. He has played very well this World Cup. It's only 2 games. So that's the thing about World Cup transfers. It's quite a small sample size of how good a player is. But yeah, he has looked very good. Max McGivney, the Spanish league is crap. Messi would be crap in the Premier League. I don't know. I disagree with you, mate. I'm not going to lie. You can think that, and that's fair enough. Spanish league is definitely not crap. I'd actually argue that it's got better football than the Premier League. I feel like my big club snobbery and bias is coming out here, but basically everyone below the top 6 was pretty shite last season. I don't know about you. Most of it, I mean, Burnley were good. Leicester can be okay, but just in general, most of the teams are very defensive and very shite. In the Spanish league, you don't get that. Everyone passes and plays much more attacking football. Messi would be crap in the Premier League. Look, Messi would be a class player wherever he plays. I feel like. I know he didn't look great tonight, but I feel like that's more because of the team and the situation that he was in. But Messi's a class player wherever he plays, and I still think he would do very good in the Premier League. Can you imagine Messi in that Man City team? Max, you really think Messi in that Man City team under Pep wouldn't be class? No, I'm not having it. Messi would be class in the league. I'm not having that. Spain were being ruled out when their manager was sacked, but their squad has experience to deal with it. Definitely. Yeah, they do. And with Costa up front, yeah, Costa is that kind of tournament player, isn't he? He is a guy that you'd want in your team up front. Yeah, 100%. Spain, they haven't been amazing so far, but they're looking decent. So yeah, don't rule them out, definitely. The Raptor, there we go. Done. Nice. I can read now. I can read. I apologize, Raptor. I'd rather the junior. I'd rather Lascelles. He's more of a leader. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was talking about. Matip get way too many injuries. Lascelles and Lovren rotating next to VVD. Yeah, I think I'd take that. The junior. Matip does get injured quite a lot, but he's still good to have there. And don't forget about Gomez as well. His future is clearly as the centre back. Whether that's first choice along Van Dijk remains to be seen, but I think he'll get a chance next season. I think he'll definitely get a chance, and he'll have to take it. Because if we're getting another player in, then yeah, he has to take his chances. Did I say someone on Insigne? I don't know. We've been linked with him in the past. I haven't seen anything recently. Let me know where to find it, and I'll have a look, but I'm not too sure. Raptor. Nathan John James. Big worry based on Lovren recent performances. Centre-backs are fine. Karras is shocking. We need a keeper. Yeah. I think that's kind of my feelings as well. It's good to know other people are feeling the same way. It's quite reassuring, isn't it? Because especially like if you go on Twitter and there's so much shit on Twitter and there's so much arguing and terrible opinions. It's nice. It's good to come on here and have people actually talking constructive stuff. So cheers, guys. Yeah, and actually, sorry to be beggy. If you are enjoying this, which I know I'm not Craig. It might be a bit different. Make sure you leave a like on the stream so I know you're enjoying it and so that the ratings don't look terrible for me. And yeah, hit subscribe if you enjoyed this as well, because we've got loads of content coming out for transfers, any stuff like that. We're trying to be first on breaking news and live streams. We're doing live streams almost every day at the moment, which is really, really good. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. So please support us. Follow us on Twitter at Anfield Agenda. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. If you want to follow me, my Twitter is at Liverpool Truly. So go find me on there. I haven't tweeted that much recently. I'm a bit of a retweet merchant, but give me a follow. I'll interact with you on there if you talk to me, 100%. Right, let's carry on. Let's get the boring stuff out of the way. Oh my god, there's so much up. I really want Alisson, the junior 2017. Yeah, I like Alisson as well. I do like Alisson. Total Warrior, my question is, can we cope if VVD is out for 1 month without another centre back Maverick? No. Well, if VVD is out, then who was our starting centre backs right now? It would be Lovren and Matip, and that didn't go great when we had it. I mean, it was doable, but no, not if you want to win stuff, basically. So I think no, we can't cope, not as well as we should. Max McGivney, Klopp needs his head looked at if he does not spend big on a keeper. I'd agree in a way, but his transfer business so far has been absolutely impeccable, other than probably Karius. 18 million for a keeper is nuts as well. I mean, the money in football is nuts. I'd pay it. Like, of course I'd pay it. You must be able to see why they're not going to pay it, but we do need a keeper. Like, I think we're all desperate for a keeper. You can't go against Lovren, who's performing well on the biggest stages. Yeah, exactly. He is the junior. You don't need centre-back end of Max McGivney. I don't know. I wouldn't mind another centre-back. I feel like maybe someone to kind of grow into that second role. Lovren's been really good, but Matip, again, yeah, a bit injury-prone. Gomez might get his chance, but is he going to be good enough long-term? There are question marks over that. Someone like Lascelles feels like he could really grow into that role and become, him and Van Dijk. An improved Lascelles next to Van Dijk, that would be a proper dominating centre-back partnership, and I would definitely like the look of that, 100%. The risk we have is who can step in for VVD. Exactly, Maverick. Yeah, I'd agree with that, 100%. Flatman, need to keep this window. It's been a problem for years. Yeah, definitely. The June 2017, Coutinho, long shot merchant. He is a long shot merchant, but a lot of them go in. And, we saw the one for Brazil went in. We've seen it many times for Liverpool. They go in. He's a class player. I like Coutinho. Yes, he's a bit of a prick for leaving, but what can you do? He won 2 trophies in 6 months. You can't argue with that, can you, really? Liverpool needs to replace both Lovren and Karius, both for liability. 90s Raver. We've been quite bigging up Lovren on this stream so far, most people. I wouldn't say I'd want to replace Lovren right now. I wouldn't mind if we get an upgrade on him. I wouldn't complain, but I wouldn't mind bringing someone in to compete with him either. Definitely need to upgrade Karius though. Is it Lubatch or Batch 77? Lenglet and Gimenez are way better defenders than Tarkowski and Lascelles. Yeah. Is it Lenglet? I think that's the Dutch guy, the young Dutch guy. Yeah, he does a good. And is it Jimenez or Gimenez? He's class, but he plays for Atletico, and they're signing. Griezmann's recently signed a contract extension there, so I don't see any of their big players moving on. Like, I just don't see that. So he would be good though. I think he's a class player. I think Messi would succeed in England, but could struggle against the park the bus style teams. Potentially, yeah, potentially. But again, teams probably sit back in Spain as well, and he's still a class player. He can still bang on in for like 30 yards or score a free kick or something. So I'd still back him. It's Messi. Maradona won World Cup single-handedly. Messi big flop every World Cup. True, but Maradona definitely had a better team behind him. I mean, I don't even know the team that was behind him, but judging on the performance tonight, it must have been better than the team that he had around. I mean, for starters, he didn't have Caballero in goal. I'm just going to leave it at that. So I get what you're saying, but he didn't have that team, like that Caballero mistake. Oh my God. No reason why we can't just get a confident keeper. No need to blow the budget. Don't care on their name as long as Karius is not number 1 next season from Maverick. I don't know. I think we do have to be careful with who we get in. Oh, sweet. I've nearly caught up. We do have to be careful who we bring in. We should have a shit ton of money. We should have loads of money. We have the Champions League. We sold Coutinho. Yes, we bought Van Dijk and Kaiser. We have spent, but the TV money has been going up and up and up. So we should have a crap ton of money. I'd love to get a top keeper. I'd love to get Oblak or Alisson. That'd be so good. Lovren and Karius a liability. Karius potentially. Lovren can be, but he's improved. I get what you're saying though. There is that thing in the back of my head saying, yeah, Lovren's still got a mistake in him. He's still got a mistake in him. Was the best player at last World Cup, but okay. I take Jan Sommer. Yeah, he's meant to be decent. I haven't seen much of him, to be fair. He looks pretty good. If he's better than Karius, get him in. SEL Mignon. I'm pissed with Liverpool how they have dealt with Emre Can's situation. He should be sold after he's used to sign contract. It's better to sell a player than to lose him free. I'd agree. It's definitely for that last bit. It's definitely better to sell him than lose him on a free. I 100% agree. However, it was just we couldn't do anything about it. It was Chan's right to see out his contract. He's technically done nothing wrong. He signed a contract. He's seen it out, and that's it. What else can you do? You know, he's earning like £220,000 a week at Juventus because they signed him on a free, so they could, like, rather than use that money on a transfer fee, they can use that on his wages. That's clearly the reason why he's gone there, and he's probably assured of starting. It's nicer weather. They win trophies. You know, this stuff I'm listing off, you can kind of see why he's done it. But I'd agree that we should have tried harder to sign him down earlier and get a transfer fee for him. Lubac, Craig is a god. He is a god, 100%. He is a god. He's like a Buddha, if you get what I'm saying. No, I love you, Craig. I love you, Craig. Think fans' heads will fall off if Karius is in sticks versus West Ham. Probably, yes. Flatman 9, the junior. We should have sold Chan last summer for 25-30 million. Of course, lose him on a free. I'd agree. However, we did use him at the start of the season. I wouldn't want to have sold him last summer. I know it's with the benefit of hindsight, yes. I feel like last summer we probably would have kept him, but I'd agree. We should have got a fee for him. Should have got a fee. 90s Raver. You have a smooth voice. You would make a good DJ. Cheers, mate. How about we go on some smooth radio? Oh, no. That was really cringe. No. Jesus Christ. I can't believe I just did that. Okay. Maverick, yes. Hit the thumbs up, and chaps and chapettes, and subscribe. 100%. Please do. Thumbs up if you're enjoying this, which I'll be very surprised if you are, but I've got 46 people watching, so someone's enjoying it. So hello, everyone that's joined. Leave a comment if you're new around here. Let me know what you're saying. Have you had a good day? Did you watch the World Cup today? And what you're making of Liverpool's kind of transfer links today. The main story is Lascelles and Tarkowski, so give me your opinion on those two in the comments below. I'm nearly caught up with the chat, but you guys are loving it, so it's very hard. Craig does a great job on it usually, and I'm just ruining it. Can you also hear from the little people? Sorry, Alan the cat. I'm not sure what you mean. There was obviously something in the pipeline with Chan. He was used loads after the transfer stuff started up. Yeah, probably, yeah. Look at Robbo deal. The price isn't everything. I agree 80 million is ridiculous, even though I rate him. Exactly, yeah. Price isn't everything. Robbo definitely taught me that. But sometimes you just have to pay the money. 80 million is mental, but money in football is mental now. Like, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, the value of 80 million is now just nothing. Like, it doesn't actually mean anything anymore because Neymar went for 220 million. Do you see what I mean? Like, I'm probably not saying it right, but it just, I don't know. It's mental, isn't it? Lovren is better, but still shaky and still ball watches. Lubac, Lubac 77, you absolutely have it in for Lovren, and you know what? I respect your opinion. Like, you've obviously got your opinion, but I don't know. I feel like did you see him tonight? If you saw him, I was impressed. He made a really good block in the first half, I think it was, and he's up against a very good attacking team. I know they weren't great tonight, but and he didn't have his other centre back partner. Isn't that great? The guy with the terrible ponytail. He doesn't look very good at all. But Lovren still looked pretty decent next to him. So who do we need to move on apart from Miggs? Oh, God, I could list off. I mean, Flanagan looks like he's going. Sturridge. A lot of people want Lallana gone. I'll probably keep him for now. I know he's on big wages. Klopp loves him. I don't know off the top of my head. Who else? Who else do we need to go? I mean, Bogdan's going to go if he still exists. Any young players need to go? Gruitch might be going. He hasn't had a fair chance though. There are a few players that would need to go, but not huge amounts. Gimenez signed a new deal at Atleti. Yeah, they've signed so many people. Atletico signing Lamar. I know Atletico have done really well with that. Escapado 007. Bagante. Lovren's toning down his brain farts of late. Got no problem with him staying and forming a partnership with VVD, but need a top-class keeper behind. A real DMN screaming in front. Fab will help. Couldn't agree more, mate. Everything you said, couldn't not agree more. 100%. The June of 2017, anyone but Butland. I mean, yeah, I don't rate Butland at all. It's quite worrying that we're linked with him. Luke Small, evening, mate. Would you rather we sign a top keeper midway through or an average keeper now? Yeah, I guess you mean through the season. That's a really difficult question. I'd probably say, based off what happened with VVD, I would probably say a top keeper later. But I feel like there shouldn't be. I'm not sure how much of a difference 6 months is going to make in terms of keeper transfers. I don't know. There doesn't seem like that many about. I feel like if we're going to get one, we do need one now. I mean, in an ideal world, I'd have one now. So if that answers it, I hope that helps. 70 million from Champions League, 142 million from Coutinho, and who knows how much from Premier League TV money. We should have at least 200 million. Exactly. This is what I mean. We should have a crap ton of money in the bank. I know I've been critical of FSG in the past. I've softened to them recently, but we should have a lot of money. And yeah, let's hope it gets spent well. I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah, war chest. The Coutinho deal was 102 million up front. Yeah, true. 14 million signing fee also. The agent would have had 25 million of that fee. Potentially, yeah. FG have always said we can compete, so I don't think we have a budget of sorts. Yeah, potentially. I mean, yeah, we should have the money. Like, we just should have the money. I don't think there's any question about that. The Junior Sweat saying, okay, probably have casino money. Yep. Follow you on Twitter, Tom. Nice, thank you, mate. Flatman9, legend. The Raptor, Lascelles. I don't know. I think it's all right. He's not top quality, but he could grow into that. I'm not Maverick. I'm not sure there's a ton of money though. Unfortunately, need to sort out the cam and alternative cover to a top three. Keepers: Timo Horn, Thomas, Sarakosha, and Kepa. The cam. Now, I know everyone's sick of it. I think the Fekir deal is not dead, and I've said that all along. I've said it on Twitter. I've said it to my friends. I've said it in group chats. All the parties want that deal to happen. Yeah, it's not like it's just switched off like that, and it's like, oh no, we don't want him anymore. There were so many conflicting reports. I'm not going to get into it now because I've got so many like conspiracy theories and shit. But all I'm saying is that deal was clearly not dead, and his agent coming out the other day at just the right time, just to keep it alive, says a lot. It says a lot. Liverpool have not made any statements about it, and I think that says a lot as well. So I'd hold tight on Fekir for now. It can change. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying this is what I think, so don't pull me up on it. But I feel like that deal is not dead, and you should watch carefully for after the World Cup. But something could happen with his leg still. But hey, we'll wait and see. Sit tight on that one, definitely. Not my money to spend, exactly, Luke. We bought Van Dijk for 75 million, so not much Coutinho money left. We can sell 5-6 players as well. Yeah, true. The Van Dijk, that's hot. Van Dijk is about half the Coutinho fee, but there still should be money left over. James Bowers, how you doing, mate? What happened with Lascelles and Tarkowski? Tarkowski is a risk because he could fail with lack of Burnley lockdown like Michael Keane. Lascelles, has been assured, would be more confident with him. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think they're both very defensive teams, but I see what you mean with Michael Keane. He really has dipped in form. I thought he was a very good player when he was at Burnley, but yeah, we see what's happened to him since he's gone to the blue shite. So yeah, true. If we spent 80 on Alisson, he'll probably be broken as well. Record fee, and then yeah, probably yeah. What did your mate? Who did your mate sport when you were at school? Loads of people. Loads of teams. I mean, I'm from Southeast London, as you can probably tell. So yeah, lots of different teams. I mean, I had one of my mates at uni sports Liverpool. A mate from school sports Liverpool as well. But there was loads of teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. Man United, most of the big ones really, because there wasn't I'm not really right next to a big team. My closest team is probably Crystal Palace. So yeah, we also got the Champions League money as well. Exactly, the Raptor. I got your name right. We have TV money though, at least 70 worth debut. 70 million could be a stretch, but we're good at selling players at the moment. Vida is the one with the ponytail. Flanagan was announced from Rangers as a free. Vida, that's the name. Cheers, Luke. And yeah, Flanagan to Rangers, I think that makes sense for all parties, to be honest, for Flanagan to rebuild his career. But to be honest, I mean, I loved his goal against Tottenham. I loved his big tackles against City, but good riddance, mate. Like, I've got no time for someone that's a wife beater. Maria Samatova signed Spaz Delev. Spaz Delev is a Bulgarian football player. He is unreal. He's really not. But he's funny. He's very small. Spaz Delev. And he's got a great name. Spaz Delev. Sweet. Leighton Long. Lovren could become a World Cup winner. Who would have thought, Lauren? Yeah, I know Leighton. I'm not sure they're going to win it, but they could definitely do well, Croatia. Luke Small, we don't need to sell players to get money. We're one of the richest clubs in the world. I'd agree with that as well. I'd 100% agree with that. We're like in the top 10 richest clubs. Definitely. Everyone supported Leeds when I was at school, but it was a long, long time ago. Sorry, the Raptor. Allow Leeds. I didn't say we need to sell players. What do we got? Sign Pavlenka from Bremen. Is that a key? Yeah, is that another keeper we've been linked with? We've been linked with so many keepers recently. I can't keep up. Honestly, I can't keep up with all the different names. James Softy, Martins. We should really get young, fast, good wear rate, still a Klopp player. Yeah, good shout. The Shaqiri stuff has cooled a little bit. I know Sky sources, you know, those the bastion of solid transfer news, have said that we're not interested in Shaqiri anymore. I don't know. I think we still could be, but Martins on a free definitely worth a look at least, James. Yeah, Martins on a free, no brainer. LFC have a green light on. Sokosha is on. It is on LFC website. Does he? DZB. I don't know. I mean, if it's on the LFC official website, then I probably wouldn't take much notice of it if that's their gossip column, because they're never going to actually put anything credible on there, really. But I've heard he's a good keeper, so let's go for it. Bagonate to leave. Mignolet, oh god, yeah, Markovic as well. Jesus, Flano, Sturridge, Ings, yeah, maybe Ings. I feel sorry for Ings, but potentially loan out Solanke. Yeah, Solanke could go to Rangers. Origi, of course, and Brewster is backup. Yeah, I'd like to see Brewster get a chance. Need a top keeper. Yeah, someone like Fekir. Again, I think Fekir could be coming potentially. Backup winger, and then money at centre back. Fair enough. Yeah, I like the sound of that Bagante, if that's how you say it. David Rusbolt, you can't say conspiracy theories and then hold out. Well, I don't mean conspiracy theories. It's just, I don't know. I've never been so like not confident. I've never backed like what I feel about a transfer before as much as Fekir. It just seems like let's just go through it, right? So Fekir wants the deal. Clearly, he wants to come to Liverpool. Klopp obviously really wants him, and Klopp has always got what he wanted. You know, for Van Dijk, he's waited for him. Keita, he's waited for him. So why wouldn't he wait a little bit for Fekir or get what he wants? He gets what he wants at the moment. Leon want the money. They're going to want. He's going to be sold, so they're going to want good money, and we've clearly got good money for him. And oh god, what's the last one? There's another one. Oh. There's another one. What was I saying? So Klopp, Fekir wants it. Leon want the money. I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. The Holy Trinity. All three of them want it to happen, right? They all want it to happen. If you all put that together, then I don't know. That to me, that signals that this deal isn't off. And there were so many conflicting reports. Like we got a second opinion on the medical, and it came back bad. We got a second opinion on the medical. It came back good. Liverpool went to renegotiate the deal, some were saying. Then other credible sources were saying that we didn't. So no, I don't think anyone knew what the fuck was going on. Like, I really don't know. I think that any of the journalists really knew what was going on. And that's the other thing. Here's the fourth one. Leon always wanted this deal to happen after the World Cup. If you remember at the very start of this saga, they always wanted it to happen after the World Cup. And I think that's a mix of, there's stuff about the tax, so the revenue, like tax year, they wanted it to be in the next year's books. That's the word I was looking for. And you know, potentially you could have a good World Cup. That increases the fee. So this is what they wanted it to collapse before the World Cup. So I feel like the Leon guy just there was the second medical stuff that I think did happen. He pulled it out because hey, that doesn't, you know, he's sticking up for his club. He's looking out for the best interest of Leon, and that's his right to do that. I'd do the same if I was him. He always wanted it to be after the World Cup, and that's how he did it. Right at the end, boom, and then we're going to wait. And then I still think we're in for him. We're clearly not disinterested in him. So I don't know. Oh god, I'm going to miss all the chat now after all that. Fekir signs to Golden, yeah. Brian H. Singson. Sign Pavlenka from Bremen. Yeah. Steven Bergius from Feyenoord. Salikova. Pulisic, Monaco at Cam. I'm happy for this season so far as I'm covering and concerned. Fair enough. Yep, fair play, mate. I like the sound of some of those. Pulisic, I know we've been linked with a lot. I'm not sure about Bergius, but hey, do you have your own YouTube channel, Tom? No, I mean, I used to, but I don't really post on there anymore since I got a full-time job. No, I don't. But I'm on the pods usually. I haven't been in the last few weeks. I've been away. I was in Berlin and then the Lake District. So I haven't had the time recently, but I'm usually on the COP Council pods and sometimes the transfer ones as well. So yeah, listen out for me there. Maverick, things to bear in mind, FSG would have already earmarked that Champions League money for other things apart from purchases. Probably, yes, and background stuff, like their business and things like that. They're good at that. Stadium increases, the training facility. Yeah, I think that's a good point, Maverick. Began to say, I have a theory Lyon didn't want to sell to replacement was lined up, but didn't want to deal for a World Cup, so stock price. Yep, some selling captain and press player didn't drop. Hope you get him. I think I said pretty much the same thing. I agree with you there, Began to say, well done. DCB, we have the green light on Stokosha. Well, if we do, then I don't know. I haven't seen much of him, but if Klopp wants him, then I want him. So let's get him. Let's give it out. Does the transfer window close 8th of August? I don't know, but I feel like this season that it closes before the start of the season? Is that this year? Or is that for next year? I don't know. Sorry, Escobardo 007. I don't know for sure, mate. Just Google it. I'm sure. Just Google transfer window closes, Premier League transfer window closes this summer or something like that, and it'll give you the date. Lou Batch 77. We should sign Kepa Ariz Blaga, the Spanish second choice keeper. I've heard he's good. Is that the guy that plays for Athletic Bilbao? Yeah, I've heard he's pretty decent. Again, I haven't seen much of him though. My scouting's terrible at the moment. Jamal Abraham, Oblak says Arison, Jonathan Tarr. Yes, he's one we were linked with a lot last year, and he seems like a really good player. Fakir and anybody that can play across the front. Tell me we can't win the Premier League with those signings. I'm not going to say nothing. I think we could. I think this year we actually could. I'm not doing the classic. It's going to be our year, but just simply on the quality of that squad. I mean, I think everyone is buzzing for Keita. When is Keita Day? As most people are calling it. It's in like it's like a week now or something, isn't it? Can't wait for him to play for us. I think he's going to be so good. Yeah, Fabinho as well. Nice to have a real defensive midfielder for a change since Lucas went. But even he was playing centre back at the end of his career. Mad. Luke Small, do you reckon Oblak is a possibility given he hasn't signed a new contract yet, or do you think it's fans getting overall? It's clearly a possibility, mate, because he's definitely got a release clause that's like 80 mil. And that's been widely reported by reliable journalists. He has always been mentioned whenever we talked about a keeper, especially like during the end of the season when we were talking about the journalists were talking about the summer window and talking about us signing a keeper. He was always said to be on the list of keepers. I mean, that doesn't mean that we're going to go in for him at all. That doesn't even mean that like we're going to bid for him or anything like that. That just means that we know about him and that we would probably like him as a keeper in an ideal world. It's definitely possible. But at the moment, the signals aren't good. I'm just going to put it like that. I just, judging on what I've seen in the media and a mix of my opinion and the money, I don't know. It doesn't look great. Bremer keeper is meant to be very good. Talk is Oblak signing a contract with 150 million release scores, flat man. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Atletico have signed a few of their best players on new contracts recently. They're doing bits. They could be in with a good shout at the Champions League next season if they keep this up. Yeah, definitely. Sturridge, Wilson, Ings, Mignolet are going. Yeah, I don't know. I feel Wilson. I feel he deserves a chance, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes. Maverick, Alisson has one good season, wants to pay 80 million. Carrots had one great season, we paid 4 million, paid 7 million for Miggs. I think we need to research better keepers, not pay over the odds. Yeah, and I think that's probably the thinking of the club as well. Alisson does look quite good though. I know some people are saying, is he that good? I don't know. When I've seen him, I think he looks on the ball. He's class. He is class, and I feel like he could be our Ederson, because he keeps Ederson out of that Brazil team, which is nuts. James Salty, send all our good youth players up to Steve G at Rangers. They'll get good game time and come back as hard as nails because Scottish footy is wild, lol. Yeah, it is wild. It is. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, it's wild. I think Solanke should go on loan. I'm not a big fan of his, to be honest. I feel like when he's been given a chance, he hasn't impressed me personally. So yeah, send him up to Rangers, give him a season in the Scottish League, see if he bangs in that league, and if he does, we'll take him back. That'll be good for him. 90s Raver, have you been to Ibiza? What an unusual question from a man called 90s Raver. Or a girl, sorry. No, I haven't actually. I've never been to Ibiza. It's apparently super expensive. It looks fun though, but super expensive. David Rustbolt, we can't buy anyone after August 8th, but we can sell until the 31st. Cheers, David. So there you go. I think it was Escobardo. 007 was asking that. So yeah, I think that's this season then that you can't buy players after the season has started. And I think, me personally, I agree with that. It feels a bit weird, like that you can sign a player from another team in that league, even after the season has started. It just seems to make sense that everyone gets their transfers done before the start of the season. I don't know. That's my opinion. This year for sure in UK, anyways. Okay, yeah. Right, I'm going to try and steam through this next bit so I can actually catch up with the chat. So here we go. Right. Jamal Abraham, Oblak / Arison, Jonathan Tarfik here. Oh, wait. And tell me can't win with that. Wait, what? Didn't you say that earlier? You're confusing me, Jamal. Allow it. Thomas Bolland, Peter Glasky returning rumours to surfacing. I know, but when he was here, did he even get played at Liverpool? I know he's meant to be quite good now. Again, haven't seen much of him. It seems a bit weird bringing him back. I feel like, is he much better than Karius? I don't know. I just feel like we need to get that step above. Like we really need to get that top class keeper. You look at the rest of the top teams; they've all got really good keepers. I'd really like just a proper solid keeper at the back. No pissing about. Maverick, closed on the 8th. Cheers, mate. James Ozzy. So Gosha is the best at reflex saves that I've seen in keeper targets. Would be great signing, I think. Fair enough. Well, it sounds like you've seen a lot more keepers than me, so I'll take your word for it, mate. July 1st, Casey will officially be an LFC player. And what day is it today? The 21st. Oh, that's like 10, 11 days or something. Get the cakes ready. Get the party hats out. It's nearly Cater Day. We've been waiting a whole year for him to come into our team. Nabby. James O'Hardy's. Oh, wait. I just read that. Sorry, mate. Oh, God. I've nearly caught up. Right. Guess after the World Cup, if we are signing anyone else, will have to happen fast and furious. Let's hope so. Escobardo 007. Yeah, but the thing is, I think everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's in the league is in the same boat because I'm not going to repeat myself because I just did because I'm an idiot. Sorry. Brian H. Singson. Man, he's like Alisson money is okay because Edison costs 40 million. Yeah, he's behind Alisson for Brazil. 40 plus Salah tax equals 80 mil. In 2017 summer, we had heard of neither. We should ignore club stature and price and scouting. Fair enough. Yeah, I do kind of get this Alisson Salah tax kind of thing. I kind of get what people are saying. I don't know, but then as I was saying, Alisson keeps Edison out of the Brazil team. I was also thinking Jesus is keeping Firmino out of that Brazil team, and that clearly isn't right. I don't know. Make of that what you will. I still think Alisson is a quality keeper. He's so good on the ball. He looks like a god. Yeah, I'd love him. Lubac. From 2020, we have to at least 12 home nation players, so we should buy Session Young before his value goes up to a ridiculous fee. Yes, I think we should have bought him before. I know he's been seriously linked with Tottenham, but I've seen him a couple of times, and I think he's a quality. Sorry if my chair's squeaking, by the way. That's not me farting. That's just my chair squeaking, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Sessegnon, I'm really impressed with him. He can play all across that left-hand side. Really good quality about him. He's so young. I wanted us to buy him and then loan him back to Fulham. I don't see anything wrong with doing that. I feel like that's win-win for everyone. But he's been linked with Tottenham very heavily. So, and I think if now Fulham are in the Premier League, I'm glad they are because they play really good football, and I'm glad a team like them are in the league rather than the likes of Stoke and West Brom. And I think he should stay at Fulham for now. There's no reason why he should go. If they're in the Premier League and he's still playing well, then why not? Connor, mate. The main problem is there are very few world-class keepers in the world. Exactly. That's exactly the problem. There's like a tier. There's like the top tier with like Oblak and De Gea, maybe even Allison if you want to put him in there, but maybe not. And then after that, it's kind of like good keepers, but still not top tier. And then there's like the kind of just good kind of average keepers below that. And I feel like, yeah, we really want that top tier. We really need it. But you're right, Con. There aren't that many. There just aren't enough. Not saying Ederson and Allison aren't good. In fact, the opposite. Just asking, were they reputed to be world beaters last summer? I don't know. I mean, Ederson was known to be a proper class keeper. I think was he at Benfica? I mean, it was known to be very good there. I can't say I watched much of him. Allison is definitely one that's come out of nowhere, really. He's definitely, I mean, before the season, I hadn't heard of him. So, yeah, I'd kind of agree with you. Thoughts on the links to Insigne, Ben the Quarter? I don't know what someone said about this earlier. I haven't seen them yet, mate. I'm afraid, but I don't know. I think like he is a very, very good player. He's very small. I know he's like very, very small. He's tiny, but I've seen him play a couple of times in Napoli. He does have some class. He seems like the kind of player that wants to start though. He seems like a starter, and is he going to start in our team? I don't know, but hey, look, if he's happy sitting on the bench, then fine. That's fine by me. Anfield Raw, all right, mate. How's it going, Anfield Raw? Maverick. The problem with the transfer is the deadline. I nearly caught up with the chat, and I've just gone down, and you guys are absolutely loving it. God, I need to sort my shit out. Problem with the transfer is deadline. It only applies to PL clubs, not Spanish and Germany. Ideally, it should be European deadline. I'd agree with that as well, mate. Make it fair. James Wells, our club value was ridiculous compared to 5 years ago. I think we sell for 200 million. I think it was about 200 million, and now we're like well over $1 billion, which is fucking nuts. David Rustbolt. Klopp usually gets his transfers done early too. Oxford deadline day was an exception. Yeah, he does like it early, and I think that showed with Fabinho and us trying very hard to get Fekir, two of our top targets, obviously. We tried very hard to get them in quickly. I think I missed a trick when I was sniffing around Bernardo Silva before City did. Yes, such a great force, very Coutinho-like. I remember watching him the season before last for Monaco. I think it was even against City, but just in their Champions League run. He was unreal. On the ball, he is so good. I mean, he's one of the most left-footed players I've ever seen. And a lot of people have agreed with me when I've told them this. Like, if you actually watch him carefully, genuinely, he just does not use his right foot ever. He's even more than Robben, I swear to God. But his class on the ball is there to see. His passing is great. His dribbling, yeah, I really like Bernardo Silva. I think it's a great player. So yeah, good shout, Brian. Avid Raw. Why should we pay more for Salah in the Allison deal when we developed him? So stupid. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get that. I think what I was trying to say is I get what you mean. Yeah, I mean Roma shouldn't be that pissed because hey, they agreed to sell him for that money, right? But if you sold a player that went on to become like arguably the third best player in the world, you'd be pretty pissed for that. For that cheap, you'd be pretty pissed. Sell Moreno, buy Sessegnon. I think. Well, Sessegnon wouldn't play in our team though, James Bowers. I'd rather see him actually start in the team and actually play. So that's why I'd sell him and that's why I'd buy him and loan him back to Fulham. So then he's playing regular first team football at a club he knows. He's performing well. That's good for everyone, in my opinion. Salah tax makes no sense. Salah better because we adapt and suit Salah. Yeah, fair enough. People have clearly disagree with me on that. Yeah, Roma agreed to sell him at that price, so I see what you're saying. Donnarumma or Strakosha? Honestly, I've seen Donnarumma more, or is it Donnarumma? I'd probably have to say that, but only because I've seen a bit more. I'm nearly getting there, I think. Right. How many more signings do you expect Liverpool to make this summer? Fekir or equivalent? Centre-back, goalkeeper, winger. That's 4, if I can count. Yeah. Yeah. Lubax. We should do the same with Sessegnon as with Keita and loan him back to Fulham. Exactly. That's exactly what I meant, Lubac. Maverick. All we need is a good keeper and a solid defensive screen. We've got that now in Fabinho. And I think he's a great signing. I think it's a fantastic signing. I was a big fan of Jorginho, but he's more of a centre mid. He's more of a deep line playmaker. And I think we need a big bad fucker in the midfield like Fabinho to be really physical and not give anyone any space. So yeah, I'd definitely, yeah, Fabinho's a really good player. I'm really happy with him. Can't buy Donnarumma. It costs too much for all them letters and shirts for us fans. James Doherty. Yeah, I'd agree with that. But just do many people get the keeper kit? I don't know. I mean, I rarely see keeper kits that much. Esquilade. Sesson was supposed to be a Liverpool fan, but he isn't moving the season. He has already said if they get promoted, he'll stay. Yeah, exactly, mate. If he is a Liverpool fan, then that's huge. I've nearly caught up. Right, come on, I'm going to do this. I think I read somewhere a while back that UEFA were looking to bring transfer windows across Europe to be same and close before season starts. Not sure if that is doable though. They should do, because especially the top leagues, like that would make a lot more sense. Get Casper in. He's PL proven and might also might pee off his dad. Cheers, Thomas Bolland. I used to rate Casper a lot. I went to uni in Leicester. I've seen him play a few times. I think he is a decent keeper on his day, but he's got a mistake in him, and he isn't as good as his dad. And is he much better than Karius? I don't know. Again, I'd rather get like that top tier keeper. Is Casper that top tier? I don't know. I'll never understand those Liverpool fans that still want Karius to Liverpool. Clearly isn't good enough. Yeah, Jamal. Yeah, I know I just said is Casper better than Karius, but I don't know. Karius has been hard done by. It's one game, but you're right. I mean, I don't want it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him as our keeper next season. I don't. I do feel sorry for him, but I don't want him as our keeper next season either, mate. The Anfield Raw. I'm more excited about Chester versus Liverpool than some World Cup games. I can't wait to watch us in action. We need a good start in the Premier League to gather momentum and confidence going into the top 6 games. Mate, I don't know. Pre-season friendlies are just. I know I miss Liverpool playing, but I just can't. They're just boring. I want the real thing. I want us to be playing for something like a real competitive game. Pre-seasons don't really do it for me. I mean, yes, if we see some young players and some new signings, yeah, fair enough. It's good to see them out there playing like in the new kit and going around the world. That's cool. But I don't know. As actual games, I'm not a fan. I'm not really big into pre-season. Nathan John James. Fabinho is a beast. Yes, he is. Can't wait to see him and Naby in that midfield. David, couldn't agree more. Like Jorginho, but we need a player like Fabinho more. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I think a lot of people agree with that as well, to be fair. 2 brilliant keepers we should sign. Filip Benkovic and centre-back, and Andriy Yulin, young goalkeeper. Cheers, Lubat. Don't forget his dad played for City, so I don't think he would be asked, Thomas. Yeah. I think that's about Casper. Where are you going on your holidays this summer? So I'm off to Thailand next week. I'm actually going to Bulgaria early August. So yeah, it should be nice. It's nice and cheap. It's nice and hot. I literally booked the hotel last night. Should be really, really good. I'm really excited to go there, get some sun. So yeah. That was from 90s Radio. Haven't Real just bought Lunin? Fat man. I'm not too sure, mate. I think you're having a conversation with someone else there, but again, I haven't really been keeping up with the last few days. I've watched the World Cup, but in terms of like transfers and stuff and news, I really haven't been keeping up. I've been quite busy. Bagging it. We're so close to something special. It's why someone like Fekir and a top keeper are vital. Don't think people appreciate the work rate and quality of Fabinho and Takesa, like 3 players combined. We are close. We definitely are close, and that was why I want a top keeper as well. To get those top players just to push us on that extra bit further. There really ain't much between Karius and Schmeichel in the grand scheme of it from the Raptor. Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like, is there that much in between them? No. Is there much between Casper, Karius, and Oblak? Yes. Alisson, I'd probably argue yes, just because of the distribution. But yeah, Karius and Casper, no. I want West Ham at home, man. I can't wait to see us in action. I miss us already. Yeah, I know, me too. I've got a mate supports West Ham as well. So I would absolutely love us to thump them like 4-0 on the opening day. Oh, please, gods, please. Brian H. Singson. Those asking for Karius sale are clearly following just transfer news. Klopp makes a pact with players he signs. If he ditches Karius when he's down, then it sends wrong signals to other players. Yeah, he's not going to be sold. I don't see Karius getting sold. But I also don't want to see him as number 1 next season. So yeah, I'd agree with you, Brian. Klopp is very loyal to his players. Maverick. For the life of me, I don't see how people rate Karius. Aside from CL final, it's clearly not serious Liverpool and experience sadly failed. Yeah, I feel like that's still probably what. Well, there's probably more, but what I was going to say is I feel like that's the one signing that Klopp's made that really hasn't worked out. Others, you look Mane, Van Dijk, the rest. The rest of them. They've all been amazing. Karius, not so much. I mean, we got him for what, like 4 million. You get what you pay for in that sense with him, I guess. You get him what you pay for. So hey, yeah, the Raptor agrees. Brian H. Simpson. Karius is here for at least another season, but a second choice unless if Klopp is able to get his first choice goalkeeper. Yeah, I'd agree with that as well. Yeah. Escabado 007 as Casper is 31. Yeah, he's not that young anymore, is he? He's not even that young. Yeah, I'd rather have Karius than might as well just keep him. Keep Karius on number 2 and then loan him out to rebuild his confidence. I'm not sure a loan would be best for his confidence. I feel like that would be a bit of a kind of vote of no confidence in him if we just send him out. I don't know. It's a hard one for Karius. I just feel like inside, like, is he ever going to get over that? I mean, I know I wouldn't. I'd never get over that. Like, I mean, mentally, he must be absolutely shot. And I don't think the players could ever fully trust him again. It's like it's just such a traumatic experience, like what happened. Yeah, it's quite sad. Jamal Abraham, just imagine Liverpool had a keeper that could save us 12 to 15 points per season. Exactly. That's what I say about De Gea all the time. All the fucking time. Oh, De Gea, he's so good and he's so annoying. I know he made that mistake for Spain, but he does. I always say exactly the same things, Jamal. 12 to 15 points every season. If not more, honestly, if not more with the saves he makes, he's absolutely insane. Yeah, that's what we need. Anthony Turner, Karius are going to get so much sticky when we don't take it. You know what it's like for away fans in England. Exactly. Mentally, it's tough. That's why he was so pissed off with Phil Coutinho out. Brian Sings. Oh, sorry, mate. Sean Behan. Petr Cech, maybe. Really, mate? Really? He's like 35 now or something, isn't he? Arsenal should have replaced him like last summer. He's really lost it the last couple of seasons. So for me, it's definitely a no. Nathan John James. If we get a worldie keeper, we challenge for the title. I'd agree with that. I genuinely agree with that as well. I think we need a keeper. And we get that Cam in, whether that's Fekir or not. And we need a backup for the front three. If we get them, yes, I think we're definitely in for a good title challenge next season. Lubac. Muslera is a quality keeper at his age and would be cheap. Yeah, he is decent. Again, I haven't seen loads of him. I know he's a decent keeper, but is he that top quality? I don't know. I guess I'm being picky. I'm being picky, guys. Do we have the rights to be picky? I mean, we're Liverpool Football Club. We should be picky. We should be getting the best players, right? Come on, we were Champions League final last season. Yeah. God, it'll be so good to get a top keeper, right? Right, I think I've pretty much caught up with the chat. I'm so happy now. Bear with me one sec. Oh, God, I've been going on for like an hour and a quarter, so I'll probably stay on for another couple of minutes, but we'll start winding down soon. So if you have anything in the chat that you want to say, get it in there now. I'll have a last blast through it. Make sure if you are enjoying this, which I hope you are. I am. It's been really good fun so far. But if you are enjoying it, make sure you leave a like, please. Hit subscribe for more, so then you get notifications of whenever we go live. It should appear at the top of your subscription box as well on your home screen. And yeah, I think at the moment we're going live pretty much every day. It's usually Craig, but I'm standing in tonight because he's doing a podcast at the moment, and I've been away. So yeah, I might do some more of this though. It's been really good fun just sitting here chatting with you lot. Yeah, you're saying lots of good stuff. So yeah, please leave a like and yeah. Anyway, boring shit now. Right. Oh God. Oh, everyone's piling in the chat now. Sweet. Right, let's get through this. Yeah, I'll give it another couple of minutes, guys. Right. Karius versus Schmeichel. Karius versus Casper. 1 PL. Surely no contest. Some deals and players don't work out. Celebi, not Klopp's fault. It's not. I'm not saying it's Klopp's fault. If you swap them over, do you not think Karius would still have that Premier League medal? in my opinion, if Karius was playing for Leicester that when they won the league, I'd say he'd probably get the Premier League medal. If you see what I'm saying. So in my opinion, anyway, that doesn't make much of a difference. Leicester is the anomaly. I loved it, and I loved it was an amazing season, but they're really the anomaly. And I don't like it when people are saying, "Oh yeah, but Leicester have done this," because that happens like once in a generation, or I feel like as underdogs go, they're like the one team that has like ever done it properly. You could argue, mate. I don't know. I feel like Blackburn even had a good team when they won it. They had like Shearer and all that. So yeah, Leicester are the anomaly. So I'd be careful of using them as a kind of basis of any point that you're making. But hey, they're a good team. I like Leicester. Tottenham wants a certain set of skills from his keeper. Makes sense to loan him. Just handful of number of clubs play across. Yeah, and that's what Henderson has done for Man City this year. Last year, and I want a piece of that action. I want a piece of that from my keeper, 100%. Lubac. Imagine if we end up with Joe Hart. That'll be a kick in the balls. Oh god, when we were linked with him last year, I was just like, no. Joe Hart is terrible. No, don't get Joe Hart. No way. Good point you make about the other players needs to be considered. Hence, there needs to be a new number one. Can we re-ask Marley Salafia to wait till Curry sorts himself out? I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to say there, Maverick. I'm probably being very stupid. Can we ask Marley Salafia to wait until Curry sorts out? I think you're trying to. I think what you're trying to say is, can we really afford to wait? Because we've clearly got players that are ready to win trophies and some that aren't in terms of quality. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait anymore. I want to get a top keeper in. Let's get one in. Nathan John James, really good stream. Well done, mate. Thank you, Nathan. Cheers, mate. That means a lot. The most troubling part of this transfer is that we are not linked with top class centre back. What happens if VVD gets injured? Yeah, we talked about this earlier, mate. VVD out is a bit of a worry. I think that's why we've been linked with Lascelles and Tarkowski. They're not top class. I think Lascelles could be, but I don't know. Yeah, that is a worry. If VVD goes injured, that is a big worry. 90s River. I think City will dominate the near future, so second place is probably the best we can hope for. The pessimist in me. If you guys know me from the pods, I am a bit of a pessimist. I'd have to agree with you, 90s Raver. I don't think that's pessimistic. I feel like that's just logical. Like, City look insane. I mean, they're the best team the Premier League has ever seen. They broke like 20 records or something last year, and they're not going to hold up. I mean, they're spending like 70 million on Mahrez. Who else thinks that's fucking nuts? 70 million on Mahrez. He's not even going to start. Like, and even if he does, he won't start every game. Oh, it's nuts. Yeah, City are looking. I could see them winning the title for the next like 4 or 5 years. Pep's going to stay there till like 2022 or something, isn't he? Ugh, it's not good. But hey, look, we smashed them 3 times last season. If anyone can do it, it's us, and you know it as well. So I don't know. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Banganate, what's your Twitter handle again, so I can add you? Good chat, guys. Enjoyed it. My Twitter handle is @LiverpoolTruly. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just put it in the. I'll put it in the chat. Oh, were you actually talking to me? Banganate, I'm not even sure you're talking to me. I feel really bad that I feel like a little wimp. I'll put my Twitter handle in the chat. You can follow me. Oh, you were talking to me. That's good. Didn't want to feel like a right loser just talking to myself. There you go. Yeah. So search for that on Twitter. Follow me. If you message me on Twitter or at me, I'll probably reply to you. I don't tweet loads at the moment, but I should tweet some more. Yeah, Twitter's good. Well, it's good and bad. Think see what we're doing for the near future. Yeah. Good night, Tom. Worker 5. Yeah, good night, mate. Cheers for joining. Cheers for joining in and contributing to the chat. Good chat, mate. It was a perfect storm for Leicester to win it. All other teams were on the slump. 100% agree. Flat man. Maverick. Tom, nice chat. Well done. Good debut. Hope you're on again, Tom. Soon, Tom, your class. Cheers, 90s Raver. Cheers, Maverick. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, I feel like everyone's saying goodbye. Everyone's going to. It's nearly 10:30. Yeah, I might head off too if that's all right. If you'll let me. Yes, it is. It is my debut. It's my debut stream. I've done some videos on this channel before. If you search for Tom Talks, you'll find them. Then it's probably a playlist on the Anfield Agenda channel. I'm a regular on the podcast as well. Usually on the Cop Council, which is kind of like our main Liverpool podcast. So yeah, look out for me there. I'll probably do this again at some point. So yeah, look out for me again. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much for listening. And listen to me waffle. Tom has to be in bed by 11. Yeah, can you not tell? It's past my bedtime, guys. I need to go get ready for bed. I need to have my warm milk and shit because I'm a young baby. Nah. Anyway, guys, it's been really good to have you. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe to Anfield Agenda. Follow at Anfield Agenda on Twitter to keep up to date with all the streams, all the podcasts, all the transfer stuff. You name it, we got it. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, and I will see you next time. Cheers.